Welcome back, everybody. My name is Patrick Shaw. I am one half of the Combat Chain podcast, and today I'm here to bring you a new gameplay series on our YouTube channel titled Fatigued Parents Playing Flesh and Blood. Each episode, I will be joined by a special guest that shares one major thing with everyone else on the program, and that is parenthood. We will talk about how we balance home life with our hobbies and then get into a fun game because we don't have much time to get games in. After all, we're parents. A little background on myself and the motivation for this series. I am married with 2 kids. I got a teen stepdaughter and a 4-year-old son. I work full-time at an engineering consulting firm specializing in utility construction projects. I have no time to go to a local game store or to play armories, anything like that. But I love Flesh and Blood, and I love producing content for it as one half of the Combat Chain along with Adam Philipchuk. And I spend a few nights a week playing Flesh and Blood online. Online is my only method of playing, whether that's webcam or TTS, unless it's a major event like a skirmish or just recently a ProQuest. Being a parent brings a myriad of challenges when you also have a hobby like TCGs that you're passionate about, and I want to talk with other people who are in the same boat. Today, I'm joined by Parker Brown, also known as Br33zy on social media. Parker is a writer for the Wraith Times. You can usually find him playing his now famous Viserai deck, which was recently featured on fabdb.net. He's a moderator for DM Armada's Discord server, and of course, he is a father. Parker is also the one who planted the seed for the idea, and so I thought it was only fitting for him to come here as the first guest. Parker, thank you so much for coming into the program with me today to do this interview and play some Flesh and Blood. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. First of all, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody, and let's talk about your history in trading card games and Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, you really wrapped me up in a nice package. You put a bow on it too. So, yeah, I'm a father. I also have a full-time job. I actually have been in the coffee roasting business for about 8 years now. So,
all right, excellent.
It's a labor of love for sure, and it rooted as a hobby. And I think this is probably something we'll discover as we talk, that my hobbies soon become slightly obsessive and I have to like go full force into them. So coffee was one of those things for me, but thankfully now it pays the bills. So Flesh and Blood, I don't think is ever going to get there, because when I started coffee, I didn't have kids, and now I do. So so yeah, that's really everything you said. Yeah, I enjoy writing. I enjoy. This is actually my first TCG. I started last year about this time, so got about a year in me. So that's what I've been up to lately.
So what did you do for fun before Flesh and Blood?
Yeah, good question. I live in Dallas. It's pretty flat out here as far as terrain, entertainment. It's all eating, drinking, movies. And so those are literally like the big keynote things that myself and my wife would do. I mean, in my younger years, I'm 31 now. I say younger years, but I was a big skateboarder, rock climber, did a lot of camping, did things like that. But of course, with the children in tow, those things slowed down a little bit.
Sure. So what drew you to Flesh and Blood, having not come from a TCG background?
Yeah, so actually I spent maybe the last I'm a 90s kid. So the Pokemon TCG was nostalgic for me, and I rediscovered it in 2010-ish, 12-ish maybe. And was just like, oh yeah, I'm an adult. Like I can go buy packs of these things now. A wave came over me. I was like passing them in Walmart. I was like, I remember Pokemon. So actually, I got into it around that time. I wasn't playing it. I was just opening packs. I found out there was a community online on Instagram primarily, and kind of got dug my heels into that community. It was mostly just like opening packs for entertainment. Would also occasionally sell pulls that were of higher value, and I was like, yo, I could kind of rotate this. I could buy some packs, sell a couple pulls, and use that money to buy some more packs. And over time, that's kind of how I became evolved into the TCG world. And admittedly, Flesh and Blood was one of those avenues for it being a really sought after kind of cult-ish. Like, there not a lot of people were playing it. There's a lot of people buzzing about it. Couldn't really find the product. And one of my TCG or LGSs that carries a lot of random offshoot TCGs had it, and I walked in and I was like, I've seen this. I'm gonna buy some, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
So how long have you been with Flesh and Blood now? You said about a year or so?
Yeah, about a year. I think it started in March, actually. That's what it was, either March or April of 2021. Yeah.
What was your first purchase?
I some Welcome to Wraith. So I came into the game. I don't think Crucible hadn't come out yet as its unlimited state. So really it was Arcane and Wraith. And so I did some research and was like, okay, let's start at the beginning and see what's there. And then my first hero I picked up was Katsu, but I mean, I think that was primarily based off of suggestions on the internet. It's like, if you want to go simple, you want to start simple, go Katsu, hit, go again, hit, go again. So I was like, all right, get the basics, get the fundamentals down with Katsu, and then kind of grow from there.
I love me some Katsu myself.
Yeah, man, he's a menace.
So, in what ways would you say your life has changed since you became a dad when it comes to, your hobbies, your pursuits? How is that? How do you feel like that's really kind of affected? How you do things?
Yeah, it's a good question for sure. I mean, work-life balance has always been a thing, and then you get married, and then work-life balance kind of takes a different toll, right? Because you're not just you trying to eat, trying to drink, trying to sleep and rest and recover and go back to work. It's, oh wait, I'm coexisting with someone that I've chosen to do that with. And so then you throw in a few more things like children into the mix, and you start to realize that your personal space, your personal time is slimming. And so it was actually a struggle. It was a big struggle for me to identify that. And I think like a lot of people, it comes to a point of like, I'm either going to break or I need to start like isolating some time for myself. And so it's been tough. It's definitely been a journey of discovery, trying to find how hobbies can still interplay with wife, kids, job. And I don't think I'll ever officially arrive at that destination. I think it's going to be a continuous discovery.
Yeah, I do think that TCGs like Flesh and Blood for me, and I think a lot of people can relate, is like a method of self-care, right? Hobbies, pursuits outside of where husbands were fathers, what makes us, right? And start talking about how you take care of yourself, right? And for me, Flesh and Blood is like my out, for that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's actually something my wife has openly. I mean, well, I'm sure we'll tap into how the wives feel about the hobby here shortly, but just to kind of tiptoe into it as well, is like, my wife would rather me honestly be playing Flesh and Blood than like going out to the bar with the guys. Like, I think that's just, some people, that's what they want to do. And I've never really had that like nightlife, social life desire. So I'm a big kid and kind of a big nerd at heart. So this kind of checks those boxes. And admittedly, I think it soothes my wife's soul knowing I'm not out till the wee hours of the morning. I'm actually just at the kitchen table till 2 a.m. playing Flesh and Blood. So
what are some things that you've done that allow you the time? How have you allotted your time in order to pursue Flesh and Blood and all the avenues that you have thus far? How do you work that out with your wife, with your kids, and with your work?
Thankfully, so I guess to start backwards, thankfully my kids, they're 7 now, so they actually just turned 7 on the 11th. So they're pretty structured. They've got school. They get tired when they get tired. We have a pretty set bedtime. So like 8:30 p.m. is like lights out. Y'all can whisper, do your thing. They're twins, so they're best friends. So you can't stop them from close your eyes, go to sleep. It's never gonna happen. So those guys, as soon as 8:30 hits, like, cool, half the house is down. And then well, the compromise I've made with my wife is kind of hang out, obviously be helpful in getting my youngest, my daughter, she's 7 months old now, so she still takes a lot of effort, and it's definitely a team effort to get her to get to sleep. And she's not as it's 8:30, it's time to go to sleep mentality. So the compromise is like once she's out, you know, then you have your quiet time. I'll have my time. It's good. It's actually taught both of us that we need some space to do what we do separately. And so, but 7 days a week is what it used to be, and I admittedly just kind of took that because there was no restrictions, and I'm just like a dumb guy, and I was just like, cool, no one said I couldn't, so I'm just going to do it. And it came to further compromise where it's like, hey, like maybe 3 nights a week is probably better because I still like to like hang out and watch TV with you when there's no kids around. So
right.
And yeah, it got me thinking. I was like, yeah, what am I doing? Like I'm sitting here playing card games till 2 a.m. 7 days a week, and I just need to you know, realign with those compromises. So it's actually been really healthy. It's been good, and I commend my wife for being strong enough to say, hey, like you're getting a little crazy. Like you're becoming obsessive again. Let's take it back a notch.
Yeah, so. I guess you got to set those boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Do you have what are your goals in Flesh and Blood? Do you find that there's do you find any conflict between your TCG goals and in your home life?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had the opportunity to go to the calling last year in Dallas. I believe it was in November. I blacked out around that area because that was when my daughter was being born. And actually that's why I couldn't go. I mean, admittedly, in my heart of hearts, I was like, I can't go. Like my daughter's going to be a month old. I can't go play card games for a whole weekend and leave my wife alone. So even though she's a veteran mother at this point, but it didn't feel right. So those are the compromises that I've found, especially lately, is like, oh, the armories and the new releases for like the new play mats and the new cold foil heroes for all the, you know, January armories, February armories, where I really want them, you know? And so to kind of answer your question, I want to be competitive. I play competitively from my kitchen table. But I think it's becoming more of a reality that that's pretty much going to be the state that I reside in. I don't foresee myself traveling more than 30 minutes to play Flesh and Blood, if ever at all. I get my kicks on Discord. I get my kicks on with a local buddy here at the LGS that we can sometimes meet up for a few hours. And so I think that's pretty much where I found the level of my state in Flesh and Blood right now.
So what is your tournament online armory schedule look like these days?
Yeah, man. It's been pretty bleak as far as consistently being something that I can bet on every night or every week. Yeah, you mentioned I'm a moderator for DM Armada's Discord, and we do something pretty regularly and actually have kept up with it for the last, I don't know, 3 months maybe. Started out pretty small, and now it's starting to become like, okay, I think we should make this a regular thing. And that's every Thursday at, I think it starts at 8 p.m. And so those are the kinds of things that I'm looking for, especially from home. Is like if it starts anytime before 6, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough because I'm gonna be pretty locked down in that chair. And again, trying to get a 7-month-old to sleep in between a game is disrespectful to the opponent, one, and then you know I'm trying to be in 2 places at once. So it's been pretty bleak, but those Thursday nights have been really kind of my go-to thing to look forward to. And they're just play anywhere events. There's no XP. Admittedly, my XP rating is pretty tough. It's pretty low. The things that like it's tough, man. I mean, I build decks intentionally. I keep up with the game strategically, and like I had to sit back and question myself as to like why I do that. Why do I care if I'm just not gonna rack up XP, be involved in as many pockets of armories as I can? And I think I'm comfortable with admitting to myself that it's just this stage of life. Like I think that there's going to come a new wave once some of the kiddos are a little bit older, and we're in the process of moving right now. So it's just a kind of a rocky road right now. So I know for sure there's going to come a time very soon where the XP and the armory presence and those things are going to start kicking back up, and all the time kind of stewing over decks, and this mental XP that I've got will start to show at the actual table. Yeah.
So you mentioned moderating DM Armada. How did that come to be? Are you guys like close personal friends? How does that work out?
Yeah, actually, it's weird. It's interesting. We live maybe 12, 15 minutes away from each other. We've actually never met up in person. We've just spoken uh, through private messages and things like that. And so um, I jumped on his Discord, and I can't remember what it was. He mentioned he was looking for something. It was a cold foil rotten buckler or whatever it was from Tales of Aria.
Yeah,
it was a little comment card, and I was like, "Yo, I'll send it to you. Don't worry about it." I sent that to him, and it kind of started a little discussion, very very loosely, and then there was this weird thing that happened in the Discord. I won't go into a ton of detail, but he only had one moderator at the time, and it was really late at night, and I was doing what I could to kind of like reconcile and snuff some things out that were starting to snowball. And in the morning, he was like, "Hey, by the way, like, I appreciate you doing that. Like, would you want to be a moderator? Because had you had the powers to delete things, like, certain things wouldn't have happened." So I was like, "Of course, man, absolutely." So I think it was just a show of like my commitment to that community. His Discord has a really fun, interesting, really tight knit kind of community feel to it, but it's also at the same time like thousands of people. But you start to get involved in those little pockets of Discords, and that was the one I chose, and he asked me to do that, and I was like, yeah, of course. So since then, I became the second of the moderators in that Discord. So
excellent. What are some of the challenges that you're still trying to figure out that we haven't covered? What's one of the puzzles yet to be solved here that you're still kind of working on here in terms of what you're doing and how you live your life?
I think Flesh and Blood is like I mentioned earlier. When I find a hobby, I become pretty obsessive with it, and I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like everyone else in the Flesh and Blood community is just like neck deep in wanting to be, whether you're a casual player or like a really competitive player. It seems like everyone is engaging and active, and so one of the things I struggle with is like trying to force myself to take a break. Because the few times that I found that I've come back to the table and felt just refreshed, rejuvenated. I was thinking more clearly, as opposed to those times before the compromises with the wife kicked in, where it was like 7 days a week. I would go like 0 and 15. I just couldn't figure it out. Same deck, nothing happened. And then I take a break and come back and go like 12 and 1. Be like, dude, what the heck? I think just right now, trying to find that mental space of just knowing when to say, let's push pause, realign with like focus back on work, focus back on the family. Because I think it starts to pay off mentally. Again, to tap into the name fatigue, it kicks in. It kicks in both in work, in life, and even in Flesh and Blood. I think there just has to be a time and place where you say, I need to take like a week off and not even touch a deck.
Definitely something that you don't often think about. And Flesh and Blood itself is such a it's so engaging that there's like a fatigue element to the play. If you play several rounds of Classic Constructed in one day, that is taking a toll on you. Yeah, definitely. And not to mention the match losses that come from baby monitors. What are you doing? I'm in the middle of the game. Not anymore. All right, sir. Exactly. Thank you very much. You win. I have to go.
Yep. I've gotten that phone call at like pre-release events. I've gotten that phone call at armories. Just be like, you got to come home. Yep. I concede. Have fun. I was 2-0, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk Viserai. You've been playing it longer than most, from what I can tell. Tell me what drew you to Viserai in the first place, and how he's evolved for you over time. And like I mentioned before, you have your Viserai list is featured right now as we speak on fabdb.net with a wonderful write-up and a sideboard guide. But you have I believe you have an X amount of card core, and you have sideboard packages that go in. So your Discord icon is I believe become the Arc Knight. Like you seem to be Viserai seems to be your main man. So let's talk the Rune Blood.
Yeah, man. There's something about it. I mean, even thinking about it now, I've been playing for a year, and so I jumped from Katsu, and I was like, cool, I've had my taste of Welcome to Wraith, and what really drew me in, what I wanted to do originally was go straight into Arcane Rising because of the artwork, the art style, specifically pertaining to Viserai. The darker elements, it had this like Lord of the Ring wraith kind of feel to it, and which is one of my like all-time classics. And so I was like, yeah, what's that about? This is a game for adults, and I'm an adult. I want in on that. Yep. But everything, like I said, everything on the internet was like, take it slow, play like a Katsu or Reinhardt, and then jump in. So I did my thing, jumped straight into Viserai. And yeah, there's just something about that mechanic that is both like really diverse because you're doing physical damage. You've almost got this like warrior play style mixed in with, of course, your arcane damage, not quite as scientific or mathematical as Kano, but it really is just this annoying thing to deal with, especially as it pertains to blocking and trying to survive and set up your next hand when you're faced against a Viserai or any rune blade particularly. But Viserai's just constant, generation of those annoying little rune chants, and the way that they stare your opponent in the face. It's like when you see that 5 on a rune chant, that 5 die on a rune chant, and you've got a card in arsenal and he happily blocks with 2. It's like, dude, I'm still going to get hit with like 18. Like there's still something stupid coming at me. And there was something that was really enjoyable about that. And that's what drew me in initially. So I've been playing him since before Crucible Unlimited came out.
How was he before Monarch? I came in after Monarch, so I only know Sonata OTK, which was all the way through until Haydendale made it won a championship, and all of a sudden the same card pool was super good. That part was kind of crazy for me.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there was a quiet time for Viserai, and he didn't change. Like he didn't get any better from Arcane to Monarch. There were a few, with Chain obviously being in Monarch and getting a few, like the Sonata, of course, that was the biggest buff for Viserai. But a lot of the stuff that would help make him versatile, aside from that OTK plan, really did come from Crucible. Like the accessibility of Mavrian Skies really shaped the tempo aggro Viserai that we're starting to see become really prevalent and dominant. And yes, OTK has its time and place up against certain opponents. And I think that OTK plan kind of died off for a while because just the heroes that were coming out, it wasn't the best matchup against them. So right now with like Oldhim and some of those kind of turtley builds, it's like, cool, well, while you just sit there and don't hit me, I'm just going to stack rune chants, and that it is very relevant. But I really think that Crucible's Mavrian Skies Unlimited print, it helped him a lot. It's interesting that he didn't, like I said, he didn't change a lot. He's gotten a few really good tools and really sharp things that help him fine-tuned what he's always been wanting to do. But for the most part, he's had all of those at his disposal since Arcane Rising. And it's interesting to see a lot of people shift eyes to Viserai, especially right now, during such like a weird, like, where's the meta? Like, who's going to take it? Like, what's going on? And how Viserai was just seamlessly just like, actually, yeah, I'm going to take a spot on the seat here. It's really cool to see, especially as someone who I've been rooting for since I've started. It's really cool. It's really cool to see something I've put a lot of effort and a lot of time into as far as a hero goes, and see other people respect and appreciate his potential and diversity. Like you said, you can get that golden hand turn 1 and generate like 12 rune chants, and you have a tempo plan. It's like, okay, I guess I'm going to pop off real big at you and then start swinging. It's a cool time.
It definitely is. It's a good time to be a Viserai player. All right, Parker. I think that is there anything that you would like to plug here before we transition to the other part of our episode here?
If you're looking for a cozy Discord to really plant your feet, DM Armada. He's a good dude. He's another YouTube content creator. He's heavily invested in Flesh and Blood. So the invite has officially been sent to anyone watching. If you're not already, jump in the Discord. There's a lot of fun, friendly, and just a lot of stuff going on there. So,
and where can we find you on social media?
Br33zy is the Twitter, and it's actually threes, so it's Br33zy. Yeah, and then the Instagram, working on it. Not haven't fully tied it in yet, but
Okay.
Discord I would associate being almost as a more interactive social media platform
absolutely.
as well. So
excellent. All right, Parker. Well,
yeah.
Thank you very much for sitting down with us. We're going to now try to kill each other in a game of Flesh and Blood. All right, guys, welcome back. We are going to play a little Blitz now. We talked beforehand, Parker and I, and we decided that a brute on brute match would be the best way to go about this. And so Parker has Levia prepared, and I put together Kayo. Full disclosure, I have never played Kayo, but I was hoping with Everfest that some of the new cards would help boost it. So no time like right now to figure out what Kayo is doing these days. So let's get into my Kayo deck that I've brought tonight. So the focus is going to be rolling dice. So as you can see here, we're going to take some of the new Everfest stuff in two red high rollers, 2 red bad beats, 2 red rolling thunders, and its new KO specialization ready to roll, which lets me roll with advantage. And we're going to try and hit Parker for a whole lot of damage. KO's ability says whenever you attack with an attack action card with 6 or more base attack, roll 6-sided die. If I hit a 5 or 6, double the attack space. If I roll a 1 to 4, I'm going to have that. So roller rolls a dice, bad beats rolls a dice, rolling thunder rolls a dice. I took out most of the barraging beatdowns that everyone says was a good idea to stay in there because I want to roll some dice. I'm running Skull Crushers and not Gambler's Gloves because I want to roll some dice. I am playing a Crazy Brew because I want to roll some dice. So in order to maximize damage output, I've got several of the new Everfest attacks, Wild Ride and Bear Fangs, that give Go Again and buff to +2 respectively, and block for nothing. Monarch Staple Pulping, which blocks for nothing, and Smash with Big Tree, smash. That also blocks for nothing. Crazy Brew and Energy Potion block for nothing. And my favorite card that I can't find a room to play with, Tear Limb from Limb, is going to see some play today, and that also blocks for nothing. What am I going to do when he attacks? Just take it to the face, apparently. I am also running Lady Barthelmont, which is great. I don't know, why not? This is one of those days. We're running claws for the equipment and for his weapon, and we have the prerequisite Blood Rush Bellows. I am running 2 Reckless Swings. I am running a single blue barraging beatdown, and then all your prerequisite 6 attacks: Pack, Hunt, Smash Instinct, Wreckers, yada yada yada. All these are just 6 attack or more that block for 3 that fill the rest of the deck. For equipment, I'm running the Scabskins because rolling dice. I'm running Barkbone Strapping because rolling dice. I'm hoping not to roll a 1 early and lose my Skull Crushers immediately. But my goal here is going to get ready to roll on the board here, roll with advantage on something spicy here, and see if I can't OTK with a brute. So that's what I'm running here. Parker, what do you got?
Yeah, so here we're going to be running Levia, and of course, we're going to be running some Mandible Claws with her. And this is loosely based, and to break the fourth wall we were speaking before, and this is loosely based off of some Mansant early stuff that he was doing, with some fine tunes that I've found over the course of play testing. And unlike Kayo, Levia did not get a ton of support in Everfest in the name of blood debt or doing what she wants to do, which is survive and not kill herself. So we do have the staple blood debt, which is pretty much this whole row here. You got your dread screamers, your hungering slaughter beasts, boneyard, endless, writhing, some big hitters that do really fun stuff. Ghostly Visit is another one to keep an eye on. If I throw that sucker down into the banish zone, better believe it's going to be coming back into play at some point in the game, if I live long enough, if I don't get high rolled to the face turn one. Yeah, and then the rest down here, this middle row, we've got some staples from Welcome to Wraith. You know, we've got your Wrecker Romp, your Smash Instinct, because just why not? You throw some Intimidate in the mix. Let's do it. We've run our 4 barraging beatdowns, blues when we can. Otherwise, we'll just toss them for pitch. Blood Rush Bellow, again, like he said, it's just, you gotta have it. It just presents some nasty stuff. 1 blue random Whisper of the Oracle. The opt, I'm probably not gonna opt as much as as you would in a normal deck that you want to be looking for stuff, but good pitch, good block. Of course, we have our 1 allotted legendary Levia specialization, and the Howl from Beyond. The Howl from Beyond couldn't justify running 2. It's a scary one to get stuck in your grave or in your banish zone, so try to use it when we can. And then down here, I've got a few just random 6 attacks. Admittedly, I don't have 2 swing bigs, so we're going to run one of them. One of the only, I think, if I'm looking correctly, one of the only real Everfest supplements that we got for Levia. We've got 1 Beast Within, 1 Massacre, and 1 Mark of the Beast. So these are kind of the offshoots that are just here for fun. I'm running a Fate Foreseen and a Sink Below, and then we're going to try to do some life generation here if I can, because I assume I'm going to be killing myself at some point and taking some blood debt. As far as equipment goes, we've got the Skull Cap, we've got Barkbone Strapping, we've got Goliath Gauntlet, and we've got Hooves of the Shadow Beast. Why am I not running Scab Skins? I don't know. I couldn't find them. That's why.
All right, we've rolled up. We've drawn cards. Parker won the roll and has chosen to go second. So I will go first. All right.
See if we can fill up that graveyard.
God, I want.
He's gonna do it.
You're not gonna like this.
Oh God.
No, I'm gonna play Crazy Brew, and that
dog.
takes up my action point. So I am going to. I'm gonna pass priority before arsenaling.
Yep, I've got nothing here.
I will arsenal and pass to you.
Well, that's what you do. That's what you do when you're faced against Levia. You say nope. All right, let's get in with a Smash Instinct, and we will pitch a Deadwood to pay the cost, and it's going to intimidate 1 time, and then it'll come in for 6.
All right, you are coming in for 6.
6 with intimidate, so I will peel a card from you.
Yeah, you will.
And we will call number 1's probably gonna be the closest to your brew over there, so let's call number 3.
3.
Yeah.
I'll say no defense to that. I'll take 6 to the face.
Yeah, no reactions here. I will start to clean up and pass priority to you before I arsenal and pass.
Yep, pass back.
Arsenal and draw 3.
Okay, let's break the Crazy Brew.
Oh, buddy. See what he's gonna get. Get his life back.
5. Hi! Oh. Hey, all right. 5. All right. Oh. 2 resources, 2 action points. All right.
And Skull Crushers is live, huh?
Skull Crushers is live. I almost blocked with it too. I was just like, I'll just show everything up. But and my next attack this turn gets +2.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, this is a great day.
Oh, buddy.
Let's see. All right.
Sound too excited. I'm scared.
We're getting to blue barraging beatdown. That's intimidate. And in true Kayo fashion, I'm gonna roll.
Got one over here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for it.
Let's see.
Let's see what if I can make a 6 out of it. We'll see what happens. 4. That works.
Okay.
Closest to Smash Instinct. Yep.
Perfect. All right. What did you take from me? Okay. What is that in here? Oh, buddy.
All right. We are going to attack with a pulping using my 2-footing resources. So it's already got, so base attack is 6. It gets +2 from the Crazy Brew. So it's at least, well, it could be 8. I am going to draw a card. Boy. All right. And then we're going to discard a card at random. If it's a 6 or more, I get dominate.
Not good. Yes. Okay, so we'll go number 2. Yep, right the center.
Of course.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we are going to. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll for KO.
Oh, buddy. Here we go. Let's see.
It's a 2.
Oh, thank God.
All right. So half of 6 is 3. Gets +2, which is 5. And
plus Skull Crushers, right?
Yes, because I rolled a 5 on the Crazy Brew.
Yeah.
So it gets +1. So coming in for 6. Ah. And if you block with less than 2 cards from hand, it gets +2.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna block 6 here. But you've got an action point remaining, correct?
I do have an action point remaining.
You've got 2 in hand still?
I've got 2 in hand.
Oh, buddy. Okay, let's block 6.
All right. Block is good. No reactions.
Cool.
Oh, what a terrible what a terrible sequence. I'm gonna smash Instinct, which has Intimidate. Using my last action point, probably should have done that first.
I've got 1 card, so it's gonna be intimidated.
Okay, then we're gonna roll for it. So it's a 7 right now, and it's minus, so it's half +1. So 4, coming in for 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm scared to even take 4 on the board, but we'll take 4 here.
Taking 4. Down to 16. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'm growing.
Super exciting, but not much happening there. All right, I'm gonna draw up and pass to you.
All right. Well. All right. Let's. I think we just got to do this here because this is a scary point here. We're gonna break the Goliaths here.
Oh, here we go.
And we will play an Endless Maw, pitching a Whisper to pay the cost. I do have to discard 3 random from the graveyard. I do only have 3.
Oh, well, and you hit. Definitely hit.
So one of it is Blood Debt, and if a 6 or more is discarded or put into banish, it gets +3. Yes, so it is coming in for 9, 10, 11 here.
11. You're still higher life than I am. So
yes,
let's do that. So I'll block for 3, 6. 6 of 11.
Okay.
Any reactions?
Nope, nothing here.
All right, I'll take 5.
Alrighty. I guess technically this goes into graveyard with the Endless Maw. And I will pass priority to you before I draw.
Pass back.
Ready. Here we go.
Okay, we are going to. So that is everybody's got a thing.
You get a counter.
All right. As an instant, we're going to destroy Barkbone's trapping and roll a 6-sided die, and I get resources for whatever half of the roll is. Ah! All right. That's what we needed.
No.
All right. Rolled a 6. That is 3 resources floating.
Oh, and Skull Crushers is turned on.
Skull Crushers is online.
Oh, buddy.
All right. We are then going to. Where am I doing this right? I think so. Okay. We're going to play a red bad beats. I'm going to roll another 6-sided die. If I roll a 4, 5, or 6, my next brute attack action this turn gets +5.
Oh, God.
Ugh. Ah! It's a 5. All right, bad beats is on.
Oh, so +6 to the next attack here.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. With one of my floating, I'm gonna play Blood Rush Bellows from Arsenal.
Here we go.
We're gonna discard a random card.
Let's go number 3. Yep.
We're gonna discard a Predatory Assault. So I draw 2.
Great. Perfect.
Okay.
So we're at +8 now. Well, at least +8 to the first one, and then +2 to the rest.
Yes.
Well, technically +3 because the Skull Crushers. Golly. Buddy.
He will. Man. So the real question here is, do I roll scab skins? No, I can't be that greedy.
Oh man.
We are going to, okay, that's attack action. All right, we're going to attack with mandible claws that they have go again. That'll use my 2 floating, so that's going to come in for 5 with go again.
5 with go again here. I will. Oh man. What do we have down here? 2 cards. I will take the 5. No, declare no blocks here.
No reactions. Take 5. The optimal play is probably do that into something. But the fun play is the other thing. Let's do the fun thing. Okay. We're going to play Massacre. And I'll pitch a yellow and a red, as opposed to coming in with a mandible claws and then something more sensible. We're just going to go for the Massacre. So because I discarded a 6 or more attack this turn, it gets +2 and Intimidate. So we're going to
That's right.
Intimidate.
Yep. This is gross. This is gross.
Now, then we're going to roll. Let's do... we'll say 1 is on the skull cap. I'll do number 2.
Okay, number 2?
Yep.
Perfect. Be down here.
Okay. And now for the big one. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's either going to be starting at 12 or 6.
Let's hope we got
Oh, just to be clear, I have a random pile. Oh, I hit something. There we go. Just a random pile of die. Well, we got a 6. Okay. So we're going to double base attack there. So that's 6, that's 12. Plus 2 is 14. Plus 2 is 16. plus 5 is 21.
Oh, so bad. Okay.
I think I like Kayo. I gotta get one of those little dice boxes, like D&D stuff.
Oh, straight up Yahtzee. So there's 2. We got to block with this. That's 3. Oh, this is so bad. What'd you take from my hand here? Okay, it's not good. Wish you took something else. And then I will block. So I'm going to be blocking 12 here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
9. Taking 9, I believe, is the math there. 21?
Yes.
Yes. Sweet. Is there one more? Did I do with the Skull Crushers? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 22. Yeah, 22.
Okay. So yeah, we forgot the Skull Crushers. Okay,
yeah.
So I'll be taking 10.
Yes, down to we're
down to 1. And I've got a blood debt.
We're in the blood debt. Oh god. I don't have anything else. That's gonna be it. I will close combat. I will pass priority before arsenal.
Yep, nothing here.
And pass to you.
These all have things on them. I get my 1 card back. Thank you. And yeah, this is rough here.
Can you get out of it?
So I've got one choice here. I've got one option.
Oh, here we go.
To roll the bark bone.
Here we go.
Oh, give me some of that high roll luck. Okay, we'll take it. So I'll get 1 resource.
Yep.
That is dead. We'll go here. Not the best, but that's so stupid. All right, I will, from Arsenal, play a Dread Screamer, pitching the Ghostly Visit, and I will be discarding 3 random. Shuffle this up here just a bit. I know we've got 2 pieces of equipment, and I don't remember what else, but the goal here is to not really push damage and just turn off blood debt here. Okay. Do you want to do the top 3?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, shuffled that pretty good. So we've got.
Oh god.
Okay.
Hey. All right.
Oh my god.
All right.
So coming in for 4.
That's what you want, anyways. That's the That's the ideal. Coming in for 4.
Maybe it was more honorable just to kill myself with blood debt.
Just go out on your own terms.
No resources, no cards.
Okay. We'll block 1.
Okay.
And go to 5.
No reactions, so I will clean up. No arsenal for me. Blood debt is turned off. I will just pass it back to you.
Okay. Oh, man. Ooh. You know, this is actually a little tough. Okay, we're going to play a red bad beats. 4, 5, or 5 or 6.
Oh, buddy.
It's a 4. Oh god, I will never do this in like organized play. It'll never work out like that.
Right.
Then we are going to all right. We're gonna high roller because I hit a 5, 4, 5, or 6. We're going to intimidate twice.
Oh my god. Alrighty.
Oh boy. We'll say
Twice.
we'll do 1 and 4. Okay. Man.
Oh, buddy.
And then
So you're given +6 right now. Because Bad Beats was that a 5?
Yeah, that was a 4. That was a 4, so Skull Crushers is not on.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
And then we are going to so I didn't do one of the things. All right. So we're going to massacre, and I'm going to pitch ready to roll. That probably wasn't the correct thing to do, but that was how I got to here. So it's 6. It could be 11 or it could be 8. We're gonna roll.
Either way.
It's a 3.
Oh.
It's a 3. It is halved. So it does get +5. So it's coming in for 8.
I can block 1 here, and 6.
Oh god, yeah.
So I'm blocking 7.
That'll do it.
I know you took the sink below out of hand, which would have kept me alive at least.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kayo and his high rolling schemes.
Wow, that's like the best. That's the best dice rolling I've ever. That makes up for. Yeah. That makes up for like the first 3 months. I started on Levia, and I just killed myself so much. Like it made me feel. It gave me a complex. Is what it really did. It was like, am I just horrible at Flesh and Blood? And then I switched to Katsu, and I was like, no, this deck is just stupid, and it kills me itself.
Why should I be allowed to kill myself?
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Oh man.
Wow. Cool. You know what? That was fun though. I'm sorry that I murdered you like that, but that was really taking the casino route that whole time.
I love that Everfest turned Crucible heroes from unplayable almost to like, hey, you got to respect these guys. Benji, Kayo,
absolutely.
Viserai got disgusting. Yeah, this is great. I love it.
Man, that was a good one. Yeah, right. So that definitely went the way it went, the way I needed it to. But that, oh man, if those rolls were differently, that would have been a completely different game. That would have been.
Oh, totally.
That would have been terrible. Like I said, that was. I got to go out and buy some lottery tickets now, because that was my good luck.
Yep, immediately.
All right.
That was awesome.
Well. That was a great game. That was fun. Yeah. Parker Brown, thank you for coming on to the program. This has been great. This was fun doing both the interview and the game. And thanks, dude. Thanks for tweeting out the idea. I literally have been I have been up for days. Trying to think, I've just been thinking about it, so I'm glad we were able to put something together. This has been enjoyable.
Absolutely. I hope it resonates with the other parents in the hobby and kind of lets them know, hey, you're not alone trying to balance your passion and enjoyability of this beautiful game mixed with like how do you balance life outside of it. So absolutely, we're here doing it with you. It's doable. It's tough, but
right. That's I think the main message here is that we're out here. You're not alone. There are other people just like you. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here. All right, man.
Awesome.
Hey, this has been great. Thank you